Good morning, y'all. I thought I would uh, sit and chat a little bit about some goings-ons around here while I get my seeds going. Seems to be like a never-ending thing this time of year. And plotting and planning and all the stuff. So I'm going to plant some more seeds. And you know what? I'm going to learn my lesson from last year. I planted several flats, right? So I'm going to remember what this is because I've only got two things in here. I'm going to remember what they are. No, I'm not falling for that again this year. I'm going to be labeling properly every single thing I plant. Another thing I'm going to do on this video, we're going to take a walk around outside, take a look at what's been popping around here. We're in that in-between season. We're out of winter, but it's not quite ready to plant. It's not time to plant. It's not time to do all that stuff just quite yet. But we are so close. And we're getting green out there, guys. I'm very excited about that. We have our little daffodils starting to pop up now, and tree frogs are singing. It's a lovely thing. I love this time of year. The one thing I don't really care for this time of year is all the severe weather, and we've got some coming in. Another reason why I want to take a walk around outside with y'all here in just a little bit, so I can batten down them hatches. Just anything that can fly, I want to make sure it's secured. Here's something you've never seen on our channel before. You've never seen it. You get to see it here first. I usually reserve this particular image for only my husband, or the dogs, and the cats. I'll show you. Because I don't have a vein bone in my body. You might feel a little tempted to feel a little envious and say, oh, wow, Lauren, look at you, girl. Where'd you get those foster grants? I know what you're thinking. But, y'all, don't be turning green. Don't be getting envious. I know not everybody can carry the look that I'm about to show you, but look, you do you. You be you. You're perfectly fine exactly how you're made. And I'm hoping Joel will forgive me for sharing this particular part of myself with y'all, but, real friends share with one another. So I'm going to share with you. It's real life on the homestead, y'all. Hang on just a minute. Gonna get your minds blown. All right. I'm really opening. I super soaked these earlier with a little more than a gallon of water. They're those expanding peat pellets. It doesn't matter how old I get excited every time they expand. You add water to them and they just, and I just get so excited. I know exactly what's going on. There's no mystery to it, but I'm like a 5-year-old when I watch them. Oh, be honest, you guys get a giggle out of it too. And it sounds like we're going to be dropping a pretty serious mail call video coming up soon. Oh, and in case you're new around here and you don't know, or if you've been here and you just like to hear me nag about this a lot, way. Wednesday morning at 9 a.m., Amy from Leonard Mountain Homestead and I are going live again. Y'all seem to really be enjoying this series. So we're going to do it again this Wednesday. We're going to be making up something pretty phenomenal in the kitchen. We've got a malfunction here. This one did not even pop open. Oh dear. Oh no. Little minor surgery. It's okay. It's okay. We'll make it happening. Now this isn't my entire garden, but this is a good start. A good start. And I'll show you what I'm all going to put in here. But first, as promised, you guys get a rare glimpse of the wild Lauren at home. I know, I don't want y'all to freak out. The granny glasses. Huh? Pretty snappy. Yep. Dollar General, y'all. I know, I know. Not everybody can carry the look. I get it. Scissors. I can't see these little seeds without a little help. So, what do we want to do first? Now, I'm going to be doing my peppers. Let's do jalapenos first. Y'all, we go through a lot of jalapenos. I don't use them just for Mexican food. I also use them in a lot of my Italian sauces. Just gives it a little extra punch. So we're going to go ahead and start with that. I want to just check my instructions here. Okay, whatever. One thing I do know, people tend to plant their seeds way too deep. I don't. These are survival garden seeds. So they're non-GMO, they're not messed with. Now what I do, I plant 2 of them in each cell, 2 seeds. I don't know if that's overkill or not, but I figure if they both come up, I pick the strongest one, and I just lightly cover them up. It's not rocket science. It's not at all rocket science. Man, it sure is it's a good feeling when you go out to your garden and you can harvest everything to make a supper. Because who doesn't love a good salad in the summer? Or when you go out there to do your harvest and you do your pressure canning and, you know, your water bath canning. You've got all that stored up for your winter. Every time I open a jar of one of ours around here in the winter, it's like a little taste of summer. It's a very nice thing. Well, I don't know what is up with these chintzy labels that they put on the thingy with the thing. Let's just go ahead and mark. Jalapenos. This entire row right here. Jalapenos. Okay, and next, let's keep going with the same theme here. Let's do our California Wonder peppers. These are a beautiful red pepper. I get so happy when I look out there and I see all the pretty reds and greens and golds and 2 little seeds per cell and then just lightly covering. I'm expecting a delivery today. I'm expecting 2 deliveries today. I'm expecting 25 bare root strawberry plants and a 6-tier growing tower. I'm going to grow them in. I'm going to grow my strawberries right on the back deck because I get a lot of sunshine there, and I've got strawberries growing out in the garden. But as much as we go through strawberries here, yeah, you can never have too many. When we were out and about this weekend, I stopped and picked up some planters and you know, some larger planters to put out on the deck and down at the bottom of the stairs going out to the garden. And so I'm going to be putting some of those together. Not today. Got a seed start first. And I'm going to call these Red Bell. Whew, that marker. Remember when you were a kid, you used to love the smell of markers? Kids not get stoned off of that. It's really strong. Maybe we all did. That could explain a few things, right? What do I want to do next? Let's do our zucchini. I'm trying to think how I want to do this. 2 zucchini plants. Zucchini does really good here. But 2 plants will give us and the neighbors more than enough zucchini. So I'm not going to plant a whole row. I'm going to do 3 cells. Yeah, I've got a delivery coming today, and I'm looking forward to putting that together. Yeehaw. And then tomorrow, we're supposed to get our big patio umbrella. That'll be fun, I think, when we start doing our lives outside on the deck. Have the cute little twinkly lights up underneath the umbrella. Have the umbrella open. Give it a nice little light. I think that'll be fun. And, you know, my goal this morning is apparently to make as much of a blooming mess as is humanly possible. Nailing it. Zooks. Okay, and I want to finish that row off with, I think, my pie pumpkins. I love doing pie pumpkin or sugar pumpkin. They're small, they're very sweet, and they're the perfect thing. I use 2 per pie. So when they're done growing and I harvest them, I bring them in the house, cut them in half, clean them out, turn the halves upside down on a large baking sheet, 350 degrees for about an hour. Scoop all the insides out, put them in my food processor, blend them up all nice into a puree, and that's it. There's your pumpkin pie filling. You have to add stuff to it, like your cinnamon and nutmeg and cloves and all the stuff, but I don't know if you know this or not, but pumpkin is great for your dogs and cats, for any kind of digestive issue that they're having, any kind of upset stomach. You know, maybe their poop's not quite right. Give them some pumpkin, a little spoonful of pumpkin in their food. Clear them right up. Same holds true for goats and chickens. Cows love them. Got us our little pumpkins. So I have jalapenos, I have my red bell peppers, I have my zucchini, I have my pumpkin. And I'm going to watch these very closely, and if they haven't come up and they're not looking healthy in a week, I'm going to redo them. I'm not getting hung out in the open this way this year. Let's go ahead and do our cucumbers. Now these are pickling cucumbers. I need a bunch of these. Y'all, we go through cucumbers like crazy. And I do love to do my pickling. I make all kinds of different pickles. And it turns out Joel thinks that my pickles are every bit as good as the fancy jarred pickles that you get at the grocery store. He's learning. The whole purpose of doing this is to be less dependent on electric doors, because those things will hurt you. We went to the grocery store this weekend. I was looking for some meat deals. Anytime I can find a meat deal, I'm snagging it and I'm putting it in the freezer. And I was shell-shocked. I managed to find a couple of deals. They weren't probably pieces that I would normally buy, but I went ahead and I grabbed them and put them in the freezer. Y'all, you knew this was coming. We got to get untangled from a whole lot of mess. A whole lot of mess. So it's going to get a little worse before it gets better, but it will get better. Okay. And I'm just going to call this a whole daggum row of them. We'll have pickles coming out our ears. And I'm perfectly okay with that. The National Weather Service put us under a high wind watch. I didn't think it was supposed to kick in until tomorrow, but the wind is really kicking up out there and it's getting cloudy. So I'm going to be watching the weather today and tomorrow. Weatherman calls for a twister. So, folks are starting to talk about the meetups coming up. The YouTube meetups. Next up. Heirloom rainbow tomatoes. So there's the 10 killer meetup that happens in late April. And then there's the Mid-America meetup that happens in May. And I know for us, we will be going to both of those. So many of the people that we've gotten to know, that we've become friendly with, channels and subscribers, are going to be at them. So we're really looking forward to that. But drop it in the comments. If you guys are planning to go to either one of those, let me know. And I know there's others. Those are not the only two that are happening, but those are the only ones we're able to get to this year. We have to spend a little more time focusing on our own homestead this year. And that means gallivanting around. It's got to be tamed down quite a lot from last year. So I'm really excited about these tomatoes. I think they're going to be beautiful. Rainbow maters. That's all I got room for. Rainbow maters. It sounds like a grunge punk group from the 90s. Rainbow maters. Maybe if you were part of the Geeky Science Club. Guilty. Okay, and let's do, the next two. There's some of Joel's favorites. But here again, 2 plants will be more than sufficient. So I'm only going to do 3 cells of each type of seed. This first one is, it's like a golden dew. It's a cross between a cantaloupe and a honeydew, and it's kind of golden color. We're going to give it a whirl. Get those planted. Oh, these are big old honking tags. Well, use what you got. Boy, I hope that doesn't give it negative juju. I just wrote can't, for cantaloupe. It's going to hold the lid up pretty tall. It'll be on a heat pad. It'll be in in a little greenhouse, so we'll be all right. Cantaloupe and hey, let's mix it up, baby. Oh, y'all, these here are fancy tags. We don't need fancy tags. They come in so many vibrant garden colors. Okay, the next 3 cells are going to be my watermelon. Okay, there's my watermelon there. And my watermelon here. And my watermelon here. And I keep promising that roller skating video. Well, it keeps on taking on new aspects. There's something coming today from our dear level Troy Sutton. And if you were in the live Friday night, you saw that Mama Carolyn sent me some beautiful walking / ski / ice sticks. Well, not to be outdone, Brother Troy sent us something. I'm not going to drop the beans on what that is. He told me, but now I'm not going to drop the beans about what that is. Y'all are just going to have to watch that video, and you will understand why I took so long to put that video out. These are my Roma tomatoes. Y'all, I'm doing an entire row of my Romas. These are wonderful little paste tomatoes. They just cook down to a beautiful paste. I do love my Romas. I love them just to cut up in salads too. I couldn't do that again if I tried. I dumped out exactly the right number of seeds into my hand. Down in there, go night-night. All right. There's our aromas. Now these aromas with all the other tomatoes that I have going, I think that's going to be enough. Look. Red. Red for Roma. Okay, so there's our aromas. Y'all. Let me see what I got here. Hang on. Now, Joel said he wanted to do this memorial garden out around our flagpole in a very special way. He really wants us to do it up big. Okay. We're going to need a lot of these. So for part of our blue in our red, white, and blue garden, we're doing, for the red, we're doing lots of rose bushes. And then we're kind of going down in height, graduating down. Anyway, so for the blue, we are doing blue bonnets. Texas blue bonnets. These will be pretty. I'm going to hope the wind doesn't mess with me too bad. I had to come out here to get a special pot that I have. I started my tomatoes in my arrow garden. And y'all, that puppy just blew up on me. It's so big, I couldn't even get it into one of the 6-inch peat pots. So I'm grabbing this, and it has the trellis already on it. And I'm going to transplant my big honking tomato. That's a beefsteak tomato. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to transplant it into this. Before we go in and do that, let me put it here so I don't forget it. Famous last words. I won't forget it. So we'll just set that there. I want to take a walk around and make sure that everything is secured as we get ready for the storm system coming in.
There's a story in the sweet Arkansas hills where the whisper of God sparked a thrill. Lauren and Joel, with dreams held tight, built a haven in the soft moonlight. Their hands, like a prayer turned to stone, crafting hope where wild rivers roam. Through the valleys and the wind-swept pine, making it home, one day at a time. Making it home where the heart beats free, in the sweet Arkansas hills, it's plain to see. With love as their guide, they built their own. Lauren and Joel, forever homegrown. They planted roots in the fertile soil. Through the hard days and the wearisome toil, their laughter rang as clear as a bell. Their dreams grew strong like a wishing well. In every sunrise, in every prayer, they found each other